Well, good morning, guys. Kind of an interesting time in our world right now. So we're going to try out some of this video vlogging, whatever you want to call it. Today I've got myself a special guest.
Hi.
I've got the heir to the McInnes fortunes, Sydney. And we're going to just ask Sydney a few questions because I thought it might be fun to just kind of pick her brain on how she's feeling about the world. So Sydney, why don't you tell us how you kind of feel about this whole coronavirus thing?
I hate it because we're missing school and we have a longer summer and we don't get to see our teachers and our friends at school except on Zoom. So
yeah, it's kind of a bummer, isn't it? Kind of living in a different time. But, you know, we make the best out of what we can, right? We found out yesterday that school is officially, on-site education is officially closed. All of your teachers will probably be doing stuff from afar, kind of like we are, trying out this whole video thing, huh? All right, Sydney, so if you won $1 million, what would you buy?
a phone.
A what?
A phone.
A phone? What kind of phone?
iPhone 11.
Oh, an iPhone 11, of course.
And then I would probably buy a couple clothes.
Okay, great.
And a couple of shoes.
Great.
Basically.
Okay, well, that's fun. So, Cindy, tell me, how long do you think it would take to get to London? If you had to travel to London, how long do you think that would take you to get to London?
To Washington. About 2 days?
Are you doing the math in your head? Okay.
About 2 days.
2 days, all right. And what is the one thing your dad always says to you? If there's one thing that I always say to you, what's the one thing that I always say to you?
You said it yesterday. I can't remember what it was. What did I say? Like, when he asked me a question and I'm not listening, he's like, what did I say?
Yeah, got that. So, when you grow up, Sid, what's the one job you think you want to do in the world?
Be an artist.
An artist? What kind of artist? You like to draw pictures? You like
I would
to make music? Would you like to dance?
draw.
Draw. Okay. Well, that's kind of
I'm
cool.
drawing Stitch. I'm copying it.
Oh.
That looks really cute.
Maybe you can draw your dad in a sketch and we can share that, huh? What's the capital of the United States, Sydney?
The capital? What?
What's the capital of the United States? Just say whatever comes to your mind.
The capital of the United States. I've never worked on this.
So what do you think it is? If you had to guess, what would you guess the capital of the United States would be?
Washington?
Washington. Okay. And Sydney, how old do you think you have to be before you become an adult?
20.
20. Okay.
Wait, no, 18.
Oh, 18.
18 because you move out when you're 18.
Oh, okay. I hope you move out when you're 18.
No.
I'm just kidding you, sweetie. I'm just kidding you. If you could change one rule in the world, what would the rule be?
I would change an unfair rule.
An unfair rule. What do you think an unfair rule is?
It's when Martin Luther King Jr. was born, everything wasn't quite the same because white people got more stuff than the black people.
Oh.
And, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's actually a pretty significant rule, isn't it? I'm glad that you would have changed that. If you could be a superhero, what would be what superhero would you be? I know for myself, I would have been Superman, of course.
I would be. Let me see. Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. Okay. And if you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would the one thing be?
I would eat probably apples.
Apples for the rest of your
I
life?
want my teeth to be healthy.
Oh, I see. That's pretty wise. It's good wisdom. How much do you think it costs to buy a new house, Sydney?
Well, the house that we're moving into and our mom's is probably like $5,164 and 99 cents.
99 cents. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
All right. Oh, so let's talk a little bit about how we treat people, Sydney. Why do you think it's important to be nice to other people?
Because if we don't be nice, then we're not going to be able to be treated the way we want others to be, the way we want to be treated. So if we're not nice to people and we're like bullying them, and you wouldn't like that if your friends decided to be friends with the other person and started bullying you. You could. It would not be fair because you wouldn't want that to happen. So you shouldn't do it to the other person that doesn't want that to happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Very nice. Very nice. What's the one thing in the world you're scared of?
Spiders.
Spiders.
Definitely spiders.
We saw a snake yesterday, didn't we?
Oh yeah, the bull snake. That was scary. Bryson's like, what is that? It was scary. Your dad walked right past it, like nothing happened.
Yeah. Well, Cindy, thank you for sharing all your wisdom with us today. I'm glad that you stopped by to say hi, and we have a nice sunshiny day like the rest of the world. We are in quarantine, waiting for the coronavirus to be over.
Hate it.
We all hate it, but let's make sure we're doing our part. Make sure we're keeping our social distance. We're washing our hands. All of that kind of good stuff. If you're sick, stay home. Don't be around people. And whatever you do, don't go out and buy a bunch of nonsense at the grocery store out of fear. Buy what you need so that the person behind you has the opportunity to also get what they need.
You wash your hands for 20 seconds.
Wash your hands for 20 seconds. This is Sydney and Forrest. We're out.
Peace.